Hi, this is Colleen from Keeping the Peace, and welcome back for the second episode of Malfunction Clearance 101. Today we're talking about a failure to feed. We mentioned in the intro that a failure to feed is a failure for the ammo to get from the magazine up into the chamber of the handgun. And what we're going to do is mimic this with snap caps. So I'm going to grab a few snap caps. I'm going to put a few of them in my magazine. Here we go. I'm just going to put 2 or 3. We won't even really need more than 1. Okay? And I'm going to start by showing you what usually causes a failure to feed. When you insert your magazine, if you don't insert it fully, it could be hanging out slightly like this. A lot of handguns will let it hang in the magazine well pretty firmly, like this one. I mean, you can shake it around and it's not going anywhere. So a lot of times someone will either a speed reload, they might insert it, not do it fully. They may even rack the slide and think that they've chambered around. If it's loud and they don't hear it very well, they may think they chambered around and they haven't. You may even have loaded your gun this way, put it in your holster, and think that it's loaded. So you ought to always check that. Every time you load your handgun, you should insert the magazine fully, chamber around, and then press check. So you want to open it slightly and make sure that you do have one in your chamber before you safety it and put it in your holster. Because you never want to be attacked, pull out your gun, and have that problem. That would be disastrous. You could die because of that. So the way to prevent it is just that. Insert the magazine fully, meaning in your mind, think past flush when you press it in, chamber around, and then press check it to make sure that you get one in there. Now, if it's a speed reload while you're under fire, you know, while someone's firing at you, you're not going to have time for a press check. You're just going to need to have practiced enough how to insert the magazine fully and chamber around. Also, listen for the distinct sound that the gun makes when it chambers around. I'm going to try to demonstrate that for you now. Listen very closely. This is an empty gun. Listen. Okay? It's kind of an empty, hollow sound. Now I want you to listen to what it sounds like when a round goes into the chamber. Listen closely. Makes a very different sound. It's a more complex clicking sound because you're hearing something move from the magazine to the chamber. So learn the sound of your gun chambering around when you cycle your slide. Learn the sound so that you hear it. You listen for it. And let's demonstrate how to clear that malfunction. So let's just say you did this unintentionally. Let's just say you loaded a magazine but you didn't click it, so I'm going to let it hang out just a little bit. Let's just say you even cycled your slide, you think your gun's loaded, and you go up to make a trigger press. Okay, you're going to get a click but no bang because your hammer or your striker is going to go forward. It's going to, you know, your firing pin's going to go forward, but it's going to hit nothing. It's just going to be a hollow click, no bang. Okay, so protocol is tap the bottom of the magazine to seat it, rack to chamber around, and then bang, which is the firing of the gun. So tap, rack, bang is the protocol for clearing that malfunction. Some schools teach tap, rack, and roll. Like I took a gun sight class years ago and they taught tap, rack, and roll in that class. So they taught rolling the gun toward the ejection port side while you rack it or while you cycle your slide. If you prefer that method, you can go ahead and start practicing that now, even though in this particular malfunction nothing's going to be coming out. So if you want to employ that method, go ahead and start practicing right now in this video. So that when we get to the more complex malfunctions where things are coming out of the gun, you'll already be doing that tap, rack, and roll. It lets gravity work for you. Okay, so tap, rack, and roll would look like this instead of like this. Okay, there we go. So see you in the next video.